listeners are as important as our guests. Join in on the conversation. 504.
Hi, I'm Sheriff Joe Lapinto, and you are watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Congressman Cedric Richmond, and you're watching the New Orleans Talk Network.
This is Bishop Samuel Blakes, and you're listening to Real Talk with Mary Jae.
On NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. I am your host, Mary Jae. Happy Merry Monday to all of our listening audience that are sharing with us all around the world. I hope you're having a happy Merry Monday today. They are having a happy Merry Monday in the studio. I am so delighted. I'm excited to have my beautiful guest, this power team, this power couple here. Dr. Andrus, Danna Andrus, and his lovely wife, Kendra. Thank you. Welcome back on the show, you guys.
Thank you. Pleasure.
You know, I'm happy to have you guys.
Anytime.
I get excited when I see beautiful couples that love the Lord, that are doing the thing. I mean, Renaissance. Yes. This girl is a powerhouse within our own right.
Exactly.
You know, doing it all by herself. I know she's under your umbrella. She has your support, but she's doing some great things with the Health Nut system. That's awesome, Kendra. Yes. And I told you the last time she was on my show, she tried to help me a little bit, you know, gave me her nut muffin that I love. And oatmeal, I think it was an oatmeal raisin cookie or something.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, oatmeal raisin, yeah.
It was so good. Yeah.
Well, we actually brought a gift for you today.
See, I love gifts, you guys. I love gifts. Look, I don't want to dive right into the 5 love languages, but that's one of them, you know. But that was not my top one. That wasn't my top one. But we're going to talk about that. But listen, guys, we're talking about on today's show, What's Your Type, Part 2. If you didn't see the first show, Part 1, you missed a treat. You have to go back, find us on YouTube, and find me on Facebook and watch that show, okay? What's Your Type? And we're actually talking about the blood type.
Exactly.
That is so intriguing. Let the people know who you are and what you do. I know who you are. You know, a lot of people know who you are here in New Orleans, but all around the world. This is Dr. Truth.
It's me.
Dr. Truth, okay? So you guys both, in your own ways, let them know who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Dr. Andrus, Danna Andrus. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist and a board-certified professional counselor for the state of Louisiana. And, of course, you know, we go around the country doing just that, promoting healing, promoting health by way of mental clarity, because that's what a lot of our problems are. It's in the head. You know, if you can change the way you think, you can change the way you live. And so that's part of it. And, of course, we're Center in Truth Ministries, and I'm Senior Pastor Danna Andrus. And, I mean, we just go out and we just tell people that we love the Lord. I mean, because God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. We don't just say that as a cliche, but we put that into action so people can begin to see the confidence in what we do, but most of all, we have credibility. That's what we're looking for. I had somebody ask me one time, Dr. Truth, this was about 5 years ago, but when are you going to start talking about prosperity? I can't talk about prosperity if I'm not prosperous. Oh, but I could talk about it now. I can talk about it now because I know that it's more than name it, claim it, call it, and haul it. But the key is that if you can see it in here, hold it here, you'll eventually hold it here.
That's good.
And so that's the other part. And then, of course, I'm the second part, the silent partner of Kendra Lynn's Health System. Because, you know, believe it or not, I think one thing that a man who always leading, the reason why I know I'm a good leader because I know how to be a good follower.
That's right.
See, if you can follow, you can follow, you can lead.
Absolutely.
And then when you are leading, you look forward to being a follower again, you know, because now you see the whole thing from the front and the back. So I followed Kendra. Actually, I saw her and I followed her. That's why I married her.
All right now.
So you see, we've been following for a while, you know. And we've had our moments and things like that, as all relationships do. But one thing we realize that in relationships, we have to talk.
That's right.
Communication
That's
is the
key.
big key. You know,
Yes.
and we're going to jump into that one a little bit. But then also, you're going to see something, especially after Kendra introduced herself, you're going to see the blood types in action, the two major blood types.
I love it.
I'm an O.
I love it.
You're an O.
Yes.
Kendra's an A whole different kind of personality. This is the quiet strength.
Yeah.
You know, I would be the person that you would see on top that, you know, okay, that's Danna Andrus. I could see him, I could hear him, whatever. Kendra is the person that's usually behind the scenes.
Making it happen, huh?
Not just making it happen, but she's the support that you don't see, but she's the one that holding things up and holding it together. And that's the key, you know, and I just respect her. I appreciate her, love her so much. Look at that pretty face. Well, I know I did a good job.
Yes, you did.
But that's me. Go ahead, Kendra.
Yes, you did. And body, too. Body. This girl walked up in here with this slamming body. I'm like, okay, I got to get on the health system or something, you know, tone down, you know. Kendra, let them know who you are and what you do.
Well, I am Kendra Andrus, the proud wife of this very sweet man, Dr. Danna Andrus. I'm also a mother, and we also have a child care center as well, where I'm the executive director. We've been there for 12 years. We're excited about what's going on over there, a 4-star center. I also sing and write children's music. I compose music, which is a love of mine, and we use it in our curriculum at the center. I'm the CEO of Kendra Health Nut System, and my husband assists me. He's not the silent person. Trust me, he's not the silent person. But herbal medicine has become a very big passion of mine. I'm excited about it. We are gurus of education and gurus of health, and it's just getting better and better and better. That's the condensed version because we do so much.
So much, yeah.
And we're excited about where Kendra Health Nut System is going. I'm currently enrolled in Maryland University of Integrative Health, studying nutrition and herbal medicine, and then from there, we'll be getting our degree as a naturopathic physician from Quantum University in Hawaii. So I'm really excited.
Oh, we moving.
Shaking, moving and
That's
shaking. So listen, I'm excited. I'm always ecstatic, you guys, to have you two on my show, you know, because you bring so much to the table as a couple. You know, you already bring so much individually, but as a couple, it is so powerful. How can two walk together unless they agree? Oh my God. Yeah. And you all are actually doing it. You're doing it. And I love it. Absolutely. But listen, you all just introduced me into something that's got me like on the edge, you know, it's keeping me on my seat. What's your blood type? To eat right for your blood type and to know your blood type makes a tremendous difference in relationships.
It really does.
Yes.
Oh, let's talk about that. Let's talk about it.
Well, you run it to me. You know, I said I was going to, but anyway, let me do what I do best. Okay. See, and that's the best kept secret.
That's powerful.
Understanding your blood type, because even the Bible says the life is in the blood.
Yes.
And everything that you need to know about you is in your blood, which connects to your DNA, which connects to your genetics and whatever. And as a result, not only is your blood able to keep you alive, but it shows you the best way to live. The old saying, one man's meat is another man's poison, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And there's truth in that, because we live differently, and then the way we live is based on how we carry ourselves, but how we carry ourselves is based on what we know about ourselves. And your health is really your relationship to yourself. Let me say that again.
God.
That's powerful. That.
I must have a fat relationship with me.
And listen to you, and it's not even fat. I mean, what it is
I'm
that
just teasing.
how you deal with others has a lot to do with how you see and feel about yourself.
Yes,
People who are always angry and disgruntled with others, that's because they're not happy with yourselves. That's why Jesus even said, how can you see the mote in your brother's eye without first removing the beam in yours? Because you don't see with your eyes, you see through your eyes. So when I see you, I bring me into the picture. So if I feel good about me, then I'm looking for the good in you. That's what I see.
So
good,
true.
good, and good. So another aspect of the blood type system is that your blood type has a lot to do with your physical being. I'm a very physical person, high protein diet. I know what I need, and I exude confidence in everything I do, because if it wasn't for the O blood type, which is original, then we would have never had a society.
Uh-huh.
There was a need for us to be at the top of the food chain, above the animals, and we forged and we forged and we forged. And it's even in the way we do things. We're not going to stop till we get it done.
Right.
And we're going to do what's necessary to get it done. Now, we try to ask other people to cooperate, but we're only going to ask that once. After that, we're moving
Lord,
on.
He's reading me again. He come on the show and do that all the time.
But you know what's interesting about that O blood type is that, we know that because we push so hard, then that means that we have to exercise to make sure that we keep our energies where they need to be and our passions where it need to be. But at the same time, knowing your blood type is only one part of the whole equation, because the other part is that you have to know the blood types of people around you so you can know how best way to interact with them. For example, Kendra let me talk all day. And she wouldn't have a problem with it for the most part, because she said, well, that's Dana. But it's not so much that's Dana. The key is that because she's an A blood type, it's not necessary for her to promote. She's there in most cases to support. Now, when it comes time for her to take the front stage, she knows one thing. Because I'm somebody that get it done, she had nothing to worry about. It's going to be done because that's the way
and done in excellence, done in order.
In order, and it has to be done,
Yes.
In such a way that it says who we are and what we do. Now, because you're an old blood type just like me, I know at some point I have to kind of like shut it down because I know you have a lot to say. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the key. Oh, and look, and guess what? In the workplaces where it really shows up. Because if I'm an old blood type and my supervisor is an A blood type, he or she, they pretty much, if they see that I know what I'm doing, they'll let me have free run, right? Because they know I'm going to make them look good. But if I'm an O blood type and my supervisor is an O blood type, then I'm going to have to make some adjustments, hold back, pull back, and kind of take a reserve spot. That's going to be difficult to do because guess what? I don't want him or her to think I'm trying to show them up.
Exactly.
And it's very, very important to know.
I've done that. I scaled all the way down.
That's the term I was
all
looking for.
the way down.
Exactly. What
Just
is
to
it?
let you
for the
shine.
good. Yes. What Pastor Paul said, I become all things.
Yeah, to all people.
So, if I'm an O, then I know I have to learn how to be an A sometimes. Very difficult for me, but that's okay. But if I'm an O and I'm confident as an O, then I can play the A role if I have to. But you can't play something else unless you know what you are.
That's right.
Might help out the
That's right. That's right. Listen, I want to just jump in there because I've been so fascinated with this since I've been asking people, "What's your blood type? Do you know your blood type?" Look, I want to know all my children's blood type now. I'm going to have blood work done so we can get this done. Give blood. But I want to say this because Dana spoke about the O blood type, and it's so me of the description, right? And he talked about the B, and I actually was in the hospital with my dad. Funny story. He probably killed me while I'm talking about this, but he was talking, and my dad was like speaking to everybody in the hospital, knew the nurses, the doctors, saying, "Hey, how y'all doing?" and this and that, just talking to the people and socializing, and everybody knew him, right? And so by the time I came to pick him up, he had already talked about me to the people. They knew who I was when I got there, right? He said, "Okay, Mary, look, I want you to come over here. Come pray for this lady over here. Her and her husband is in the bed. Come pray." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm on a mission now to pray." So I said, "Dad, what's your blood type?" He said, "I'm B."
What? That's it. I know that did it.
I was like, "Oh,
eccentric."
Yeah, I'm saying, "Oh my gosh, Dr. Dana was right. You nailed it when you talked about the B blood type."
Yeah.
It's so, and my mom is so laid back, so quiet, so and I said, "Mom, you must be A." But my dad, he knew his blood type. He said he's B blood type. I found that fascinating because the description, the characteristic traits, all of that was so dead on.
And and O and B sort of have some similarities.
I know.
Because we're more out front. Well, the O blood type is more out front, but instrumental. Goal-oriented. The B blood type is out front, people-oriented.
And guess what you said? You said a B blood type is usually those seamstress and musicians.
Yes.
And my dad is a musician.
Bless his heart.
He plays the trumpet.
Bless his heart.
But I said, "Mom, you must be old," because she's so reserved, so laid back. So I was like, "Wait, I don't know if you can be A and my dad be B and I be O. And the nurse said, oh, yeah. Oh, yes, you can. You can be O and they be A and B because O is the original that form,
Yes.
that formulated the A and the B. Because I thought that maybe I might be, my mom might be O because she said she's O, but I don't think my mom's O.
Well,
She does not have
well,
O.
well,
person.
well, she could be an AB,
AB.
but for the sake of clarity,
Mhm,
and I guess I need to bring this in, if your dad's a B
mhm,
and you're a O,
mhm.
then it's a great likelihood that your mom is a O. She's just a very disciplined O.
Okay.
Like my dad. My dad is an O blood type, and I mean, he's so disciplined, you would think he was an A because he's so calm and so quiet, but his spirit exudes in a certain way that he gets the same kind of attention that I would, but I would have to open my mouth. But that's only because I'm not in the same place
Okay.
where he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's wonderful you found out about your dad.
Intriguing.
I know.
Yeah. So, Kendra, listen, dealing with this O here,
Yeah.
what is that like?
I think it takes a lot of discipline from my perspective to have the capability of moving from one blood type to another. And he's mastered that because actually my husband was the person that introduced me to the blood type diet in 2004 when we first met.
Wow.
So I had no idea of it. And it's been the most fascinating thing that I've ever been introduced to in my life. I was like, wow, where was this all my life?
Yes.
And my husband has so much discipline that he has the capability of taking the role of an A, although he's a true O, and he knows when he needs to step back, and then he knows when it's okay to step forward. That takes a very, very mature, disciplined person, and I applaud him for that. We have many friends that are clinicians, practitioners. I have a lot of medical doctors that I know that are friends and actually use our products.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, they call me for products. And they would say that the Eat Right for Your Blood Type diet has no medical evidence where it works. However, we are tangible proof that it does work because
Yes.
we've been following it since 2004.
Yes.
And there's a lot of testimonies out there. And there's so many diets. There's the DASH diet and there's the paleo, the keto diet, which is the new one, and then you have the Mediterranean diet. However, this is the diet that has worked for us. And just being in relationship with my husband, it's truly fascinating to see where he can vacillate back and forth. And again, I said it takes a lot of discipline because everybody's not capable of doing that. However, but once you've studied all the blood types and you know them very well, you can kind of maneuver and move around and know that other person and say, okay, this is not going to work. I need to step back. That's very important.
That's powerful. That's powerful knowledge to obtain, to know that and to apply that.
If you would, like, even look in the scriptures, I sit down and look at, Jesus' personality. Then I look at all the rest of the disciples. It's amazing because he knew that he would need all those different mindsets, those different personalities.
Right.
And I submit to you, there are different blood types involved in there also.
Right.
Even Peter. Peter was always out there in front of everybody, want to do everybody, walk on the water. He's not an old, he definitely was a B because he was a show-off and whatever. And then, of course, you had John, who was the beloved. He was the quiet one and whatever. Didn't say much, didn't do much, but guess what? When everybody else fled, that supporting blood type was right there with Jesus all the way. Oh, it's just so fascinating. I just love it because I look for it in everything that I do and everything that I see. And seeing one thing about Kendra, especially being a blood type, our daughter I was telling you about, she's an O blood type like me.
Oh my God.
And I mean, she's all over the place.
Personality plus.
Which means that because I know how she is, which is parallel to the way I am, that works, but it could also be creating a monster. So when she gets to that point where, she starts acting like the worst part of me, Mom is just so calm and so serene with her. And I mean, that's because she plays in the same role with her daughter as she played with me, because we're both O blood types. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
Fascinating.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
The best kept secret.
It is.
When I say best kept,
and I'm going to dig into this thing deep. I'm gonna be picking this thing apart. I want to be like you guys. Like when somebody come into the room and you start a conversation with them, you begin to know, because I know Kendra said early on in our show, the last time you were on the show, she said when you guys first came together, the first thing that you said, listen, I need to know what your blood type is in order for this relationship to work.
Yes.
Yes,
That was powerful.
that was powerful. And it wasn't that knowing our blood types would have kind of put us apart. It just helped us know.
The
To
best way to
enhance
work
it.
the
Yes.
relationship.
Right,
Yes.
right.
But I'm so glad that it turned out to be what it was.
And you know what's interesting
I'm so
about it?
glad.
Raising my children from my marriage, children from Kendra's relationships, you know, and knowing their blood types, I mean, it worked wonders. Because see, a lot of people who go into second marriages and the person that they're with have children and whatever. If you understand the blood types and whatever, you can save yourself a whole. Well, I just can't get along with this woman's children. I can't get along with this man's children.
Yeah.
That's because you're not comfortable or you don't know who you are. Because once you know who you are, that's 90% of the game. Then I can say, okay, he's an O blood type. Okay, I know what I need to do here. She's a B blood type. Wow, I know what I need to do here. You know, one day the hair's green, next day the hair's golden, next day the face is all okay. I say, very creative. That's a B blood type. Okay, so now I know what I need to do, and it's wonderful.
Awesome. Listen, what's your type, you guys? I hope you tuned in loud and clear. We're getting ready to go into commercial break, but we don't want you to go anywhere. Stay right there. We'll be right back after this with What's Your Blood Type on today with Dr. Danna Andrus and his lovely lady, Kendra Andrus today. Be right back.
What is New Orleans Talk Network? It's today's hottest topics with an added flair. You get ready because the conversation will be hot and better yet, mobile. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app available on Android, iPhone, iPad, and you can listen to us on the web at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Write down our talk line at 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255. Interactive and worldwide. That's what we are. Join in on the real conversation and tell a friend about the New Orleans Talk Network.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Happy Merry Mondays. It's your girl, Mary Jae. I want you to tune in with me to Real Talk with Mary Jae on New Orleans Talk Network every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Then follow me to blogtalkradio.com/Real Talk with Mary Jae at 10 p.m. It's going to be a Merry Monday every Monday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You've just tuned in to New Orleans Talk Network.
Hello, you guys. Welcome to Real Talk with Mary Jae on NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. I am your host, Mary Jae. We are back in the studio having a Merry Monday.
Yes,
I
indeed.
hope you're having a Merry Monday right where you are. Listen, I'm excited about today's topic. What's your
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M. Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there.
The New Orleans Talk Network, now on your mobile device, on your computer, in your ear, and interactive. It's new, it's innovative, and it's on your mobile device. Android, iPhone, iPad, and on your computer. Take us wherever you go. Because we're interactive. 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255.
Here at Jones Insurance, your full-service agency, let us take care of all your insurance needs. We provide homeowners insurance, flood, rental, commercial, auto, and life insurance. Don't let the unexpected tragedy destroy your family's future. Here at Jones Insurance, 7603 West Bank Expressway, Monroe, Louisiana, 772. Contact Lois at 504-348-1492.
Hi, I'm Prophetess Charlene Duforce.
And I'm Bishop Carol Duforce Sr.
And we're from Living Witnesses Ministries.
And we also have a program on the internet called Living by the Word Daily. And we're seen every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 12 noon Central Time on the New Orleans Talk Network.
And we would like to invite you to tune in with us every Wednesday morning. Again, 11 to 12 noon Central Daylight Time. Please join us as we teach.
I'm so glad you didn't go anywhere, that you stayed right there, because listen, we were right in the middle of talking about know your blood type and eating right for your blood type. I want to make sure that I eat right for my blood type, but most importantly, to know the different blood types and the characteristics of those types. So listen, Dr. Dana, you were saying some powerful stuff before the show, but I asked your lovely wife, Kendra, what do you do when you have a blood type, you know, that's a male, and he's connected to an O blood type like myself, because that can be quite challenging for your girl, you know? Yes. So, Kendra, what do I do with that? Because you're A, and you have an O, so how does that work in reverse?
You're absolutely correct. The A blood type, the male, he's not looking for the stage. But what he will need, as my husband said, he has to have his own thing that he's doing, his own career where he's immersed in that, and that he's not really worrying about what you're doing. However, it's important for you to show appreciation, gratitude, and make him feel secure, because you're such a strong woman and individual. So if he feels secure, he's not going to worry about what you're doing or where you're going or that you're taking a role. It's almost similar to the woman making $100,000 a year and the man making $20,000. Okay. As long as those things are coming together and everybody understand their roles and that you respect him, you know.
Kendra said something very important. But O blood type, the key word is respect. You know, I have to know that you respect me and respect what it is that I'm doing, because I'm really putting a lot of effort and energy into it. You know, I need, in other words, I just need your assurance. Right. Not that I need your permission, but I just need your blessings. That's what I mean when I say respect. But the A blood type, they need to feel secure. My goal daily is to make sure that Kendra never have to want for anything, whether she's doing Kendra-Lynn's Health Nut or supporting me. She needs to know that everything is taken care of. See, that's apples of gold for a person that's an A blood type. now a male that's an A blood type. You know, I messed up a good relationship with a friend of mine, and he's an A blood type. He was in trouble one time, having some emotional issues and stuff, and he said, you know, Dane, I need you to be there for me. You know, he said, whatever you do, you know, don't forget about me. But I got caught up in what I was doing because I was doing so many things and whatever, you know, and I actually forgot about him. In other words, I forgot to secure the relationship. And I've been trying to fix that ever since. But it's something about the A blood type. Once they feel insecure, whether it be financially, whether it be emotionally or whatever, then it's going to be hard to win that back. Now, if you have a man, and as a female, you out there getting it, you making it happen and stuff like that. You got everybody calling your name, patting you on the back and stuff, men all up in your face and stuff like that, you know, doing, you know, because, you know, that's just part of the platform that you are. If this man is an A blood type, he's going to be looking at that. And his goal is to make sure that he feels secure that whatever you do, you're not going to leave him.
Right.
Wherever you go, you can still turn around, you can still see him. So in other words, you won't be that far ahead of him. Now, that's not weakness on his end.
Right.
But that's the way he's structured. Because he'll always be that support that you need. Always be there. Even just to give you a wink from time to time, you know. Because he knows that a person who's doing what you're doing, you need that from him.
Right.
But he needs to know that you're not going to leave him because of what you are and what you're doing.
Okay. That's good information.
Yeah.
That's good information.
And see, you have to, and see, once you know that, and you act upon that and whatever, that's just going to make the relationship good as gold.
Okay, so I can possibly be in a relationship with the A, and it works. Okay, because I'm reminded of a relationship that was an A, and I'm hearing all the things. Well, I don't know what he was. I'm going to say that. I'm not certain. But based on the traits of what you all talking about, I'm sure, pretty much positive almost, that he was an A. And but I think it has to do with a lot more than just the blood type, but that person's background as well. Because I did all of the things that you all just mentioned, validated, affirmed, assured, build him up, you know, always stroked him, always told him he was a man, and put him in secure places where he can be close up, working with me along to see what's behind the scene, to see the things, because I am engaging in a lot of men. I negotiate differently with different men, especially when it comes to contracts and stuff, go out to lunch and, you know, set up plans. So I always wanted him involved, always wanted him to see and to know. But I was depleted because I felt like as much as I give, it was like it wasn't enough. So it had to be more than just him not being secure with himself.
Right.
You know, I gave and gave and gave. You know, I affirmed, I validated, I esteemed. I even scaled down. Like I tell you, I scaled all the way down. I let go of some things, gave up some things in order to make that work. And it just didn't.
And you see, and if he wasn't able to see that you were really, really, I mean, going out of your way to make this thing work, then yes, there was some social, emotional damage on his end, possibly from a past relationship. Because usually A blood types, they're, in other words, the past relationships and whatever, that's something, especially if it was a security issue, then if they don't heal themselves of that, they're going to bring that into the next relationship.
Right.
Just like with the O, if ours was respect, you know, and the relationship fell apart, and I felt I was disrespected, well, that's going to be my top thing in my next relationship if I don't get that thing together. Because see, before I married Kendra, I stayed single for 25 years because my ego was damaged. You know, I mean, I was disrespected. And what I had to realize was that you can't make a person stay.
Right.
When they want to go, you know, you just let them go.
Right.
And that's good because God has something better for you, and that one was in a way anyway. Because I don't think that I would be where I am, doing what I am, doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for Kendra.
Right.
But that's because I have a better understanding of how it goes. See, that's how you work it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
You see, but I'm glad to know that because I'm gonna tell you, after that relationship that that was my ex-husband, and I just felt like, okay, knowing what I know, I would have just like anybody A, I don't want to deal with the A as far as a male. But that's good to know that it's based on, of course, individuality and that person's background or whatever they.
It's not a cookie cutter one.
What you say, Ken?
But if there's any consolation, the ex-wife was an A and he was an O. I'm an A and he's an O.
And it's working, right? That's
Maybe
good.
you just need to get the right A if you get the A.
Come on, girl. Come on now. Gotta get the right A. I'm gonna put an amen to that. Gotta get the right A. Okay. All right. Well, that's good. That's real good. Let's talk about these 5 love languages.
Love. What an emotion. Oh, that's about the most fickle emotion there is. Because once you can define it, then it's no longer love. Let me say that again.
Say that again.
Once you can define it, it's no longer love.
Okay.
Love will make you do under normal circumstances what you wouldn't do. And the opposite of love, which is not hate, it's fear.
Right.
Fear will also make you do under normal circumstances what you wouldn't do. And that's why even the Bible says it's true love that casts out all fear.
Yes.
Because the fear is what brings on the torment. But once you can understand love, and I think the 5 languages that we're going to share and whatever, I think that's probably, and I've seen it in different fashions, different forms, but that's probably the most simplistic that I've seen it. And I look through it and whatever, it's very interesting.
The 5 love language. I've taken the 5 love language test. Okay. And before I actually took the test, I already knew what my love language was. And I think I'm on to something. I should write a book about this. But I think I'm on to something because this is what I told my daughter. I said, I believe that my love language, because my ex partner, we were in business together, and she said, Mary Jae, I think your love language may be gifts. I said, I don't think it's gifts. I don't think it's gifts. She said, I think it's gifts. I said, no. But in the beginning, I was like, all 5 of them are my love language. I want it all. I want the gifts. I want the affirmation. I want it all. I want the touch, all of that. But I told my daughter, I said, I believe my love language is acts of kindness, acts of service. I told her that before I even took the test. And I said, I think the second one of my love language would probably be, after act of kindness, I said it would probably be, what was the other one? Let me see. I think I have it. Because
Affirmations.
It wasn't, affirmation wasn't the one.
Touch.
Oh, you want me to tell you where touch was on my love language chart? It wasn't, guess what? It was a 2. Physical touch was a 2 on my love language. It was quality time. That's what it was. It was acts of service and quality time. And I told my daughter that up front. And then when I took the test, that's exactly what it was.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's exactly what it was.
And see, in this society we live, to get quality time, that's difficult.
I know.
Because some people deal with the quantity of time. Some people deal with the quality of time, but really it comes down to the quantity of quality time. So in other words, when I'm in it, even if it's for 5 minutes, I need to make sure that I'm in it.
Right.
Because what happens is that, we call it quality time, but at the same time, we're trying to look at our cell phones, if we got a text come in, or we're concentrating on something else. But quality means you have divorced everything, voided everything, and your whole being is upon you, beloved. That's quality. Even if it's for 10 minutes, you'll know it. You can feel it.
Right. Right. That's so true because I was in a relationship and this guy bought me gifts. So I knew it wasn't gifts. Always flooded me with gifts, I think I was actually in my early 20s, right? And I would sit down with the catalog. You know how you sit down with the catalog, like J.C. Penney's, Dillard's catalog, and I would circle stuff and circle this and circle that, Victoria's Secrets. And when I would come home from work, I would have it. It would be laid out, like, jewelry, furs, all of this. But he traveled around the world, and we never spent time together. So I actually felt like I was in a relationship where I had it all, but I didn't have him. There was no time spent. So I felt myself growing bored.
Yep, there you go. That's the key word.
And just not feeling this just not feeling this, because to have all of that and not have the person is just like, what is that?
Right.
That's not really a relationship. So I knew it wasn't the gift giving, you know. I knew it wasn't a gift giving for me, because I'm fine with the gifts, but I always say this. This is one of my philosophies, and I say this on my Matters of the Heart. I would never require a person to give me more than what they're capable of giving. If you're not capable of giving me such, whatever it is, I'm not going to require that. But everything that you're capable of giving, I want all of it. I want all of it, because I know me. I'm going to give all of it. Now, this is where I say that I believe that I'm on to something. When I talked about the 5 love languages, I told my daughter, she's 34, by the way, 34. I said, I believe your love language, it seems that, because she didn't know what her love language was. I said, what is it that you like to do, that you really like to do? I said, I believe whatever you really like to do, that's what your love language is, because we give away what we want, right? Yeah. So I love to do things for people. I'm always doing things, right? And so if that's what I love to do for a person, I figure that's what I would love for me.
Same thing we said this morning when we was coming over here.
You see?
Usually people, in other words, if you want to know, what is it that my beloved, what should I do for my beloved? What does she really like? All you got to do is watch what she does to you.
That's right.
Because that's usually what they want reciprocated back to them. Ask Kendra what her number 1 out of 5 is. You know I was going there.
Out your 5 love languages?
Yeah, out of 5.
What's your number 1?
From him or from me?
No, yours. What's yours?
I think giving like gifts.
You like right? Gifts?
Gifts and acts of kindness. It would be those 2. Yeah.
Because I remember.
Am I correct?
Yeah. No, you got it right.
I remember when she was on my show, she talked about how she would come back to her car and you would have money in her cup holder, or her, and she loved the fact that you would give her money, that you would leave money there for her. That's beautiful, you know. And I say that's beautiful because that's a man saying, I'm not going to ask you what you need. I'm going to give you what I want to give you as a gift, just because I want to. I hate when a man asks me, you need anything? I'm like, no, I don't need anything. I don't need anything. But you know, if you know me, if we're in a relationship, you already know my needs. Right. So if you're asking me if I need anything, why don't you just give me, you know?
But here's the key.
That's right.
And I'm going there with
You're
this
going
one.
deep, because I feel like we're in church now.
Yeah, come on, let's go there. Hallelujah.
No, because you see, when, like for Kendra, I know what Kendra needs. I know what she likes. I know why, because I pay a sacrifice to know that. And it doesn't cost me anything to know that. All I have to do is pay one thing, and that's attention.
That's right.
I pay attention to her. I know exactly. One day, so you got the alkaline water. Yeah, because I watched you. I know you're out of it. You know, that lets a woman know that you really care about them, because you're paying attention to what it is that they need. Now, ask me what mine is. See, automatic, it's touch. Because touch validates the relationship. And, of course, my second one is service. Yeah. Because I just give. That's it. But those languages are so unique in themselves. I mean, because each one stands alone. Each one can build upon another. But I think when you become an eclectic type person, then you have all 5 of them in place. But there's always going to be one that stands out.
Right. Yeah. I remember my ex-husband, and I know we got to wrap it up really quick, but I want to say this because we're talking about the acts of service, right? Because I love giving. And I remember there was a time, I think this was for his birthday, and I went all out my way, and I scheduled a hotel room, a weekend overnight stay, a suite, did everything right, made sure that he was going to be off from work, had everything packed his clothes, packed his trunk, because I figured, okay, we're going to go swimming, we're going to go out to dinner. So I had all of these attires for these different occasions, right? He knew nothing about it. So I told him we were going to go on a date, right? And I said, honey, meet me at 7 o'clock, you know, and I'll be ready. We were married, right? So at 7 o'clock, I showed up in the living room dressed and ready, you know, and he looked at me, he was like, wow, where are we going? And I said, we're going out to dinner, right? Had this nice Mediterranean restaurant really eclectic with a sheer drape, and he's sitting down on the pillows real sexy in the Avion. So I'm driving a car. And he hates the fact that I'm driving and not know where he's going, but I'm driving and I'm taking him, and he's asking all these questions, and I'm like, will he just be quiet and let me just do what I'm doing, right? He wanted to know where we're going. I said, we're going to a restaurant. It was one that he had never gone to before, so we got to the restaurant. I pulled the sunroof back. I let my hair down. My hair was really, really long. This is not my hair right here. It's not all mine, but my hair back then was really, really long. I went from long to extremely short. So we're riding. We eat at this restaurant, and he's just blown away with the service, right? 5-star restaurant. Then we're driving back. He thinks we're going home, and he's wondering why we're going this way, taking this long way home. And I said, just be quiet. Just relax, right? We pulled up at the hotel, Valley Park, and I said, honey, we're home. And he was like, what? But I don't have any luggage. I don't have. And I hit the trunk button and popped the trunk. The luggage was all there. When we got up into the suite and he saw that I had packed everything and we were there and I was ready to just like have a romantic night. Why did that night end that morning? We didn't get to stay the whole. He was sitting there worrying about how much this all cost and, why did you do all of this? Because I did a hotel in the city. We can be at home. And I was like, I cannot believe it. The night ended the next morning, and I was planning to stay the whole weekend, right? So then when I began to examine the whole situation, I realized I gave away what I wanted. That was not his love language. That was my love language. That's actually what I would have wanted if it was me, right?
Now, put it in context of it. Put it in context. This is the A blood type.
I'm assuming that he's
an
A.
Because based on that, because surprises, they don't do well with that. Embarrassment, they don't do well with that. And stuff like that. So, especially with a man, too. And then you're a dominating too. You got everything in place. You got it packed. You got it this. You got it that.
I had it all together. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we know how much it costs and all that stuff. And then, of course, what's that thought in the back of the man's mind?
Bill,
has she ever done this before?
Has she ever done this before?
Have I ever done that before?
Yeah, no. Have you ever done it before, and who you did it with?
But I've never did it before.
No, I'm trying to tell you.
We understand it.
We understand it.
But that's the A thinking?
No, well, that's not just an A thing. That's just a man, period. That's a man's thinking because, see, you got to remember, you're not just you a dominating, take charge, make it happen type. You got everything lined up and whatever, but that's your blood type. It has nothing to do with your history of what you ever did. And the thing about it, you took all of this to do it for him,
right?
To make him feel special, but instead he was under suspicion and trepidation the whole time. Like you said, it ruined the whole weekend.
It did. It really did.
I really apologize.
It did. I was married to him, and I was like, I can't do this. It was always draining. Yeah. It was always draining. Yeah. But,
wow.
So
I do have something for you.
You do? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because we got to show this for you.
So I think you really need this.
That's what you was looking for.
Oh my gosh.
And in here,
something. Blood type. Oh, wow. What to eat? Eat right for my blood type. That's awesome.
And we brought you 2 cranberry walnut oatmeal cookies. They're cranberry walnut. And some miracle tea that's good for digestion and weight loss and mental clarity and energy. And you can use each of those bags 3 times. It's really wonderful. And my husband drinks it.
Yeah, I drink it.
And it's streamlined him.
Really?
Yeah. Just don't drink it after 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Don't drink it after 6.
You'll be climbing the ceiling.
Okay, and I don't need to do that, right?
No, catch it before 6.
I love you guys so much.
We love you. Yeah. We just thank you for being a person that you are.
Thank you.
Hostess. I mean, you're wonderful.
Oh, you guys are wonderful too. I love having you on my show. Now you keep doing this, you're gonna be coming back next week again and the week after that.
We're just a phone call away. Just call us when you need us.
I definitely will because you all have so much to bring. There's so many topics that you all can just come forward with. I already know. Well, thank you, lovely lady Kendra. Give me a hug. Thank Thank you, Dr. Dana.
Always.
Guys, you tuned in to Real Talk with Mary Jae. We're out of time, but we want you to follow us. Go like, go share, go follow us on NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. You can follow us on all your social media network sites and on YouTube. Our show will be there. And follow me tonight for Matters of the Heart as we get up close and personal on tonight. I also want you to connect with me on IG. Oh my God. Wife Life One, that's me. Follow your girl. I hope you had a happy Merry Monday. Did you guys have a happy Merry Monday?
Excellent.
Thank you. So did I.
Yeah, raining outside, but it's sunshine in the
Oh,
Thank
yes.
you so much.
Yes, thank
Bless
you all
our
for
heart.
coming on.
Our
Thank
pleasure.
you for coming on.